Hello everyone, in this video we will study class and object in C++. So let's see what are class and what are objects and how they really work. So class is actually a user-defined data type. As we have already discussed, we have three types of data types, and one of them are user-defined, which are defined by users. So class is also a user-defined data type, and it is also a blueprint of any program that we are going to develop. So we create a class, and inside that class we create all those functions and data members that we might need in our program in future to use them anytime, like as much as we want. So it actually reduces the complexity of the code because it have objects. So with the help of those objects we can call those data members anytime, like as much as we want. And objects are also the instance, or we can also call them the instance of a class. Accessing the data members of a class are done in three different ways, and these three different ways are called access specifiers, like private, protected, or public. So with the help of private, like if we write private in a class or we use private, so we cannot call the data members or functions of a class or a specific class outside of that class. And if we are using protected, so it is a little bit limited, like we cannot call data members outside of the class, but in one case we can call those data members outside of that class if we are calling these data members in the child class of this class, like in the process of inheritance, like parent or child class, so like transfer is possible. And if we are using public, so it will make our work easy, like we can call them anytime, anywhere in the program without any restrictions. So by default, the access to the members of a class is private. So that's why if we want to call them outside, so we can use public, or if we want to call like in limited case, so we can use protected. So this was the definition of class and object, and now let's see how classes and objects work, and we will write an example, a code for class. So this is our diff C++ IDE. Here we will write our code for the class and object. So keep one thing in mind, when we are creating class, it has to be outside of the main function. Here we can see it is main function, and here after using namespace std we will create our class. First we have to write the keyword class, and we have to name it whatever we want. Since it's user defined, so we can name it. Now my example is about the cars, so I will name it car. And so see here, a class ends or close with a semicolon. So let's write public specifier. Now let me define my members or data members, like a string, because I'm going to write the names, like brand, string, model of the car, and integer, year. Okay, so now I have created the data types and all, and the variables in this class, which is by the name of car. And now here in main function I have to call that class and all those data members. So what I have to do, first I have to create an object for that class. So when we are creating object for any class, first we have to write the name of that class, like exactly the same name. Here I have written car, so here I must write car, and then my object name. Object name can also be by your choice, like user's choice. So I will write obj, so it will be clear for us. Obj, now the work of class is finished. Like we don't need to write this car again and again, or these string integer, brand, model again and again. Just write obj, which is our object, and dot. Then all these variables will come on your computer screen, and you have to choose one. First I will choose the brand, and I will give it a name, brand BMW, and again object, model. Which model is it? It's X5, and at the last object, year 1999. Oh, sorry, my mistake. 1999. Now let me print all these values stored in these variables with the help of cout. Brand obj. Here, if we are going to write it or print it out on computer screen, again we have to take help from objects. Okay. And sorry, I forgot. obj model. Excuse me for such type of errors, because it can happen. And the last one is year. So obj year. And let me save this program and execute it, and let's see what happens. Oh my god, it's showing me an error. Oh yeah, sorry, it has to be like this. Okay, the signs were not correct. Okay, now I hope it will not show any error. Yeah, here we are. So you can see the output of our program. See, it is printing me the same way as I have written here. Like here in brand I have written BMW, in model X5, and in year 1999. So it has printed the same thing and in the same way. So it all happened with the help of object. So if you want to print these models, name and years again and again, like 100 times or 200 times, so we can do it with the help of that object. Just write the object and call these things. And if we want to create different models, like one model for one car and another model for another car, so no need to write another class for cars or for anything else you want. Just create another object here, like obj1. So let us show it here. I will show it again. Like if I want to write another object like obj1, so here is our another object. Like see here, what I will do, another car I want to save, obj1. See, I can again call with my second object. I can also call the same things that I have specified in that class, so I can use them again and again and again and again. Year, let's specify 2000. Now here, if I write like see, it will print it for me. It's not a big deal. Here, just keep in mind that since I am going to print this new value, which is 2000, so I have to call it by this object, which is my second object, like object1 dot year, and semicolon. Let's save it and let's execute it. Okay, and see what happens. See, it has printed for me year at 2000. So we can do it again and again and again and again without any complexity. So what actually I said that classes and objects helps us to reduce the complexity of programs. So this was the real usage of classes. Hope you guys have understand. classes and objects. If you have any question, you can comment in comment section. Thanks for watching.